Roberto Duran is one of the most complete fighters of all time, and I've learnt so much from watching him. Duran always used to paw with his lead jab, enticing his opponents to open up. Now this gave him multiple options. He could either follow up the pawing jab with an explosive barrage that would either push his opponents on the back foot or knock them out, or it would entice his opponents to open up against him and walk onto a powerful shot. He would also constantly feint, which would allow him to close the range and get up close. Up close, he was a master at using his hands to manipulate his opponent. He had such incredible fighting instincts and knew where to put his arms to take the sting out of his opponent's punches. He was also one of the greatest fighters I've ever seen at moving his opponent's arms to land sneaky little uppercuts. And where you place your head is one of the main keys to success up close. Duran would either press his head against his opponent's shoulder for protection, or when he was more adopting an aggressive approach, he would get a low centre of gravity and either pin his head against his opponent's chest or underneath their chin. This would put his opponent in a vulnerable position, and it would also make him more balanced, meaning more power would come from the shots from multiple angles. When he had his opponents pinned against the ropes, Duran would never give him a second to breathe. Not only would the shots come from multiple directions, but all of the shots were set up. He would always tap elsewhere to create openings for the powerful shots. And one of his most underrated tools was his defensive instincts. Duran just knew how to twist his body, enable him to miss shots entirely or completely take the sting out of shots that landed. And although to the untrained eye these may look like wild movements, they're all extremely calculated. Every twitch Roberto Duran does is an instinctive movement, and he has his legs underneath him, which means when he's able to counter punch, he has all of his body weight behind the shot. And he wasn't nicknamed the hands of stone for no reason. He had incredibly heavy hands, which also made him an extremely dangerous counterpuncher. But without a doubt, my favourite move that Duran was able to use so consistently was how he was able to use his opponent's aggression against them, completely pivoting and hooking his arm around his opponents to twist them against the ropes and put them on the back foot. And he was even able to shift stances mid-combination.